Borderlands 3 just received a new hotfix that changes quite a lot in the game, so in this video we're going to be going over everything that this hotfix has changed. So starting off today, we have a short message from Gearbox that states, "We are aware that the below list does not include issues that the community is immediately concerned with. We are hard at work evaluating performance problems and potential solutions for them. In the meantime, these are some balance updates that we can do quickly." And then it moves into the actual balance changes, and again, they have changed quite a bit here. To begin, they have now adjusted the spawn rates of the loot tinks over at Jacob's estate. This was a very popular farming location for legendary weapons, where you could get a guaranteed loot tink to spawn, and each time you killed him, he had an amazing chance to drop legendary weapons, and oftentimes even multiple legendaries in one run. While now, through testing this again after this new hotfix, this spot no longer works. We tried to farm this over 10 times in a row, and we didn't get him to spawn once, so they really put a big nerf on this farming location. Rest in peace, the loot tink farm. In other news, they also stated on the patch notes that the Chupacabratch dropped too much of his hard-earned loot, suggesting that they put a nerf on this farming location as well. Again, through testing, it doesn't seem to be that bad. He doesn't drop as many legendary weapons as he used to, and the majority of his drops for me after a good amount of farming seem to be class mods, shields, and grenade mods, with the occasional weapon dropping from him. Overall, this spot still seems very viable in terms of farming, and doesn't seem like too much of a major decrease. In addition to this, and this one's a little bit controversial, they have now scaled down the amount of loot drops that you get in Mayhem mode. In a statement from Gearbox's Twitter, it states, "Mayhem mode still ramps up the loot drops, but there were players getting a lot more legendary loot than we intended in a single playthrough." To be honest, I did see a lot of these nerfs and reductions coming, and in terms of how much this has been nerfed by, I do not know. But what I can say is that with Mayhem mode 2 and 3 turned on, me and my team was still able to get quite a few legendary drops, so I don't think it's a crazy amount, but probably just enough for a slight balance change. The thing I will say about loot drops in general is I feel they should rework some of the current legendary weapons that you can only get from world drops into more of the boss fights and rarer enemies in the game. With the majority of the good legendary weapons only being in world drops, it just doesn't feel quite as satisfying as it used to in Borderlands 2, where you would go to a specific boss to farm for a specific weapon. And while there is some occasions where that's possible in Borderlands 3, I just wish it was more of a thing. Anyway, moving on to some more balance changes now, they have put a nerf on some of the weaponry in the game. For instance, the Torg shotgun sticky damage has now been reduced, and they have also reduced E-Tech shotgun elemental damage from flesh off your bones to a lot. To be honest, again, this is something I did expect. Some of the Torg shotguns that had the sticky alternative firing mode would literally melt bosses in seconds. Now, in terms of how much they have been nerfed by, I currently do not know, as I don't own any of those weapons, but when I do find out, I'll be sure to keep you guys updated. And for some of the final generic balance changes, we have the iridium crystals in the Ferocious Canopy now grow less frequently. Just a simple generic change there, and then it also states that they have removed the pain sounds from Troy during his boss fight. Outside of the balance changes with this hotfix, we also have some small bug fixes too. To go over these quickly, we have some changes to specific new use stations. The new use station in front of the Halcyon suborbital spaceport, used during the space laser tag mission in the Meridian Metroplex, now has a larger activation range. And the same goes for the new use station in front of Titan's Gate. This was used during the Atlas at Last mission. In addition to this, they have also added yellow paint to the marsh fields for the Sabotage Crew challenge, and this is basically to mark a more obvious path to complete this. And then for the final bug fixes, it states the first Guardian a player runs into during the Beneath the Meridian mission is no longer over leveled, and the Iridian chest by the grotto in Jacob's estate is no longer invisible as well. And that's pretty much it for these new changes in Borderlands 3. Just to mention, these hotfixes are applied at the game menu when you start the game, and to ensure that the hotfix has been applied, you can go to the in-game menu and see if updates are available is showing. I'm assuming they will have a much bigger update coming out soon, fixing a lot of the performance issues and other general issues that the community has been having with the game. And be sure to let me know your thoughts on today's hotfix in the comment section below. In terms of the loot changes, one of the main things I just wish they would add again is something similar to that of Borderlands 2 in terms of specific legendary weapons dropping more from specific enemies and boss fights as opposed to mainly being in world drops. But who knows what they will change in the future. Other than that, hope you guys enjoyed the video today. If you did, feel free to leave a like down below. It's always greatly appreciated on the channel, and as always, whenever a Borderlands 3 update or hotfix happens, I'll be sure to keep you guys updated on the channel. So if you're into this kind of content and Borderlands 3 top 5 and top 10 videos, be sure to subscribe. Anyway, hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.